Joining us in studio this afternoon to discuss this further is songwriter, producer and a friend of Lundi, Mr. Percy Ingle. Good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you for joining us here on AN7.
And thank you so much.
I must send my condolences to you, the family and friends of Lundi. It must be a very difficult time for you. That's why we really appreciate you coming in this afternoon. I just want you to talk to us about your relationship with Lundi. How did you meet him?
Well, I met Lundi, I think it was 1999, when I first came to Johannesburg, through a gentleman called Tseponze Monday, who invited me to come and work with Lundi to produce one of his debut albums. I think it was the second album after Mphefumulo Wami. And but before that, I've been with Lundi, seeing Lundi when he came to stay with Rebecca Malupi, because it's Rebecca Malupi who discovered Lundi, and then he came to stay with us in the house. So I've stayed with Lundi for years before he can even start his recording career. So I'm telling you, we just lost an icon in the music industry, particularly in the gospel music industry. So we are all shattered. You know, we don't know what to say. Yeah. Just after Sfiso left us, after another legend like Vuyo Mokoena left us some years ago, another young gospel, energetic young man also died. So it's such a painful experience.
It definitely is painful. You know, Lundi was one of the most recognized gospel artists in the country.
Oh, yes.
He received numerous accolades and awards.
Yes.
Just talk to me about, you know, Lundi behind the scenes. So, you know, not in front of the cameras, not on the stage, but what type of friend was he?
Lundi was a very energetic young man. He was full of power. He was I can use that. He was a very crazy dude. He will make you laugh. Lundi didn't care. He will just he was himself each and every time. But he was so full of respect. I don't remember even a single day Lundi calls me by name. He'll always say, "Put pace, put pace." Even if he's done something wrong, but he'll say, "Put pace this." He was a great man. He was a loving, beautiful soul, and he was himself. Lundi, you couldn't tell Lundi that behave this way. He will behave the way he wants to, but without hurting anybody. But I'll tell you, one of the great experiences that I remember about Lundi was we drove to Nelspruit. So along the way, there were a lot of people who wanted to celebrate him, wanted autographs, and we stopped because I told him, "You're not going to go out because we're late for the show." Don't say the Kumbi has to stop now because these are my fans. I want to meet these people. I want to be excited with them. I want to behave with them. So he was a people's person. That is why Lundi died being the pride of this nation. People, they loved Lundi so much. He was just himself. He was a very beautiful boy.
And let's talk a little bit about his work ethic, because it must have been very strong, because he's so recognized. He's got 14 albums. He must have been a hard worker. You know, on stage and as the artist, was he really committed to his craft?
He was so much committed to his music, to his career, his talent. I think Lundi take the legacy of Rebecca Malupi, because Rebecca Malupi helped Lundi when Lundi came to Johannesburg some years with our icon Sizwe Zakho. So I can safely say Lundi was full of passion with his talent and his music. You can move Lundi from any other thing, but not from his microphone. Once Lundi hold his microphone, he wants to sing now. He has got a song now. He wants to do this thing now. You like it or not, Lundi will do it at any time, at any given time, anywhere. You can wake Lundi up now and say, "Lundi, sing." Lundi will sing. So he took his music serious. That is why Lundi traveled almost the whole world. He's been all over, but definitely one of the people that I want to recognize is Tseponze Monday, who made sure that this young boy achieves his goal. You know, he showcased his talent. So we've lost a legend, an icon.
We have indeed, and such a young age. He was 38 years old?
Yes, and I mean, at his age, the album that he sold, you know, he sold beautiful albums, and he made sure that Lundi was writing beautiful songs. You know, Lundi can be gone, but his music will be sung forever. We've got songs today that can even go to the book of hymns, like Rebecca Malupi did, like any other gospel, the top legend, Vuyo Mokoena. You know, they sang songs that you'll never take away from the people. Everybody sings. There's that song called Mphefumulo Wami. It was national anthem. I can say this, I was working with Rebecca Malupi at the time when I was staying with her in the house together with Lundi. But Lundi, when he came into the music industry, he shook the whole industry.
Yeah.
People, even if I can safely say, even Rebecca Malou could feel that Lundi has arrived in the industry. I mean, being the queen of gospel,
Yes.
the boy he was gifted. He worked with a lot of people. He worked with a lot, not only into. I know Lundi worked with Jezzel Brothers. There's a lot of other musicians that he worked with that are still going to come here and make a tribute. And also to thank you guys for this opportunity that you've opened for us as an industry to come and celebrate this young man. So he was really a milestone. I've traveled to Lundi with Tsepo all over. I don't know what to say. Tsepo, wherever he is, he's so touched about it. We're deeply touched that we were not going to see Lundi anymore. I mean, the boy was very young.
We actually had a chance to chat to Tsepo not too long ago. Very interesting conversation as well. No doubt Lundi's music will live on forever, especially here in South Africa. But I just want to touch on, his struggles, his medical struggles, and what ultimately led to his death. We know he was admitted into ICU not too long ago. Do you have any details for us with regards to his illness and his journey with regards to these conditions?
I may not know in detail about his the situation of his health, how it went wrong, but I can safely say, or I can tell you this: Lundi has been ill for quite some time.
Okay.
But irrespective of his illness, Lundi will go to on stage and still want to perform. I remember one of the last shows where he went to try and perform. The boy couldn't do it anyhow, He was crawling on stage. He wanted to perform up until those organizers.
That just shows his passion for his craft.
It shows the passion that Lundi has about his music. But I'm telling you, one of the things that we're battling this country, I hope the government is watching and listening. We really need a platform whereby musicians will be taken care. There should be a scheme of musicians whereby these young people will be called and be coached how to spend money, how to get your medical aid, how to get this and this, so that things can be in order, because anybody can get sick at any time. But you get to a point whereby you cannot help yourself. You cannot be able to take yourself to a private hospital to get better health. So those are the challenges that I think Lundi faced now. Almost. I can say perhaps the past 2-3 years, the issue of health now, perhaps to be able to help himself in terms of medical. So that's why we're still battling. I hope the government can intervene and come as arts and culture, perhaps, to come in and help us. How do we help these young people to save money when they still make money? How do we help them to get beautiful homes? How do we help them to structure even other businesses apart from music? Because music will come and go, but you must remain with business. You must remain with other things. There was nothing wrong for Lundi to own the franchise, you know what I mean, young as he was. So I appeal to a lot of musicians who are watching that there should be a time whereby we make sure that we save a lot of money to invest in other businesses, to be able to be self-sustained, even if perhaps our records are not. To have stability, because music is a talent. Imagine if Lundi's voice, even if he was not sick, if the voice is gone, how will he survive after that? So I appeal to the musicians, to everybody who's in this entertainment industry. It can be difficult sometimes. Let us try to find a way of looking at other opportunities that we can do apart being musicians, being actors, being soccer stars, being Miss South Africa. Find something else that you can do. Be a musician, but also be business-minded to do in other things.
Definitely. Percy, we appreciate your time this afternoon. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. I just want to ask you quickly, do you have any details with regards to funeral arrangements, memorial services, or anything of that sort?
What I will do, I will check with the company that was working with Lundi now, and the producers and everybody, because I was working with Lundi when he was discovered for quite some time. But there's information that we're going to give it to you, so we can give it to the public. But also to thank you as a channel and to everybody, the public, for the prayers they gave us. Yesterday we were praying for Lundi. We believe Lundi is safe somewhere. God knows. God is the own person, the final judge.
Definitely. Percy, thank you very much for your time, and we appreciate you coming to chat to us this afternoon.
Thank you so much.